Buongiorno. Oh, my goodness. Thank you. It's so nice of you. They're beautiful. What's your name?
Whose name?
Oh, Lily's Italian boyfriend.
I'm not Italian.
And he's not my boyfriend. His name is Chacho.
Juan Rebolledo Sanchez.
Give me a fake name.
It's fictional, actually.
Oh, my God. Oh, you really can't. I can't believe it. Oh, my goodness.
Do you know him?
I can't believe you came. Of course I know him. This is Juan. I hired him. This is so beautiful. I think I'm gonna cry. Finally, it's a Christmas miracle.
Joining us now is Alec Santos. Hello, how are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm currently on location shooting a movie and I got off. Yeah.
Great. Are you allowed to say what your role is about, or what movie?
It's a Hallmark movie set in a foreign country. That's all I can say.
Okay. You're one of these rare actors where a lot of times people will say that someone's a triple threat because they can act, dance, and sing, right? But you actually can act in 3 different languages. What are they?
Spanish, Portuguese, and English.
Lovely, lovely. So you were born in Brazil, and I love the way that you say Chile. I was like, could you say it? Because it was so lovely.
Yes.
I was like, it sounds so beautiful because that's the proper pronunciation. So Brazil, then America for high school. What was that like for you? Do you still keep in touch with some of your friends from high school?
I do. Yeah, my love for film actually started in high school, and we made movies back in the day when your iPhone didn't have like a camera. So we made movies. We had a group. I thought high school was going to be like the movies because that's all I watched, and it was a lot different. There was no like jock groups and cheerleading groups, and it was kind of normal.
Okay.
Not what I had expected.
Well, for me, it was the opposite. It was kind of like, because I was a cheerleader, right? And then they had a smoking area, and the people that wore like these waffle boots, they were like brown boots that had red laces in it. They were called burnouts, right? And then there were the jocks. So I did go to school, because I'm a little older than you. I did go to school when there were all these groups, but not for you. Everybody was just kind of like all kind of mingling around.
Yeah, everyone was very friendly. Yeah, exactly.
That's great.
I don't know. Maybe it was Miami though.
That could be. What was one of your first acting roles in one of those high school films? What was it? Was it something you guys wrote, or was it like little skits or scenes?
Yeah. It was called Aboard the Wings of Ecstasy, and ecstasy wasn't the drug; it was the name of the ship that we built to go to space. So we were very creative back in the day.
I think maybe that could have another life. I mean, I don't know. Are you thinking maybe you could bring it back out?
Maybe.
How fun would that be? What would it be like if there was a contest for us to go back in time and pick something out that we did in high school and then try to bring it to fruition? All great ideas always start somewhere. What do you like best about
like a story or an essay you wrote?
Yeah, right? It's like, Mystery of the Gumdrop Dragon or something. What about what do you love about your current role right now? Tell us a little bit about this character and why it means so much to you, why are you enjoying it?
The one I'm shooting, or
yes,
Confessions of a Christmas Letter?
Yeah, no, your current one. Yeah.
This character is the life of the party. He loves everyone and everything, and he's one of those people that like thrives on energy and other people's energy, and he dances a lot, and he cooks, and he's just a lovely guy, and it's nice to tap into somebody with that kind of aura every single day,
That is nice. Now compare that to Confessions. Similar or not similar?
I think Confessions Juan, he was a bit of a mopey writer, and he was kind of down in the dumps, and he's a little bit of introverted, younger. So yeah, they're different. And this character is Mexican American, and then Confessions, he was from Puerto Rico.
Okay. and now you're in Vancouver, right? How long have you been up there?
Mm-hmm. Since 2006, long time, 18 years.
Oh, really long time, very, very long time. You've also been in a ton of commercials. And before we started rolling, I asked you if you were able to keep, because one of the things that you did was Fitbit. And I said, did you get to keep a Fitbit? Do you get to keep little tokens sometimes along the way when you get to be a brand spokesperson for people?
I did. In that particular one, I did get to keep the Fitbit. And then that was about it. No, everything else, they take it from you the moment they cut. So
wardrobe's gone, right? All of a sudden you walk in like, with
exactly,
socks, and they take the socks, right? They take it all. When you're auditioning, or do you even need to audition anymore? Do you just have a manager that says, hey, this is what you've been offered? Like, what is the process like for someone that's established now as an actor like yourself?
Well, with Hallmark recently, they've just been offering me roles, which is kind of a dream come true. I never thought I'd be in that kind of position. But no, like every actor, I still enjoy the audition. I had to put one this morning on tape for a CBS show. So no, auditions still come in, but every once in a while you get the offer, and it's like winning the lottery. So,
You've also done a lot of Netflix. Do you ever like sit with your friends and Netflix like yourself? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how people, when Netflix started like really getting like bigger, and people would be like, oh yeah, our date, we're just going to Netflix, right? Did you ever have like a gathering or a watch party?
Yeah. My partner is really good at that, because it's hard to like, you invite your friends over to watch you. It's a little bit strange, I guess it shouldn't be, because if, when I was doing theater, people would watch you perform. But there's something weird about watching yourself on screen and there's somebody sitting next to you,
Right.
So, because you're like constantly watching their reaction. Like, do you like it? Do you like it? Do you think that was funny? So.
I kind of get that. Just today, I was in New York City and we're pitching another TV show that I'm working on. And I'm watching the people watch, and I'm like, are they laughing in the right place? Do they get the inside joke that we tried to put in, right? Did they see the Easter egg that we purposely put in? And since your current character gets to cook a little bit, are you picking up any tips? Or are you yourself a good cook?
I'm one of those cooks that can make like 2-3 really good dishes, and that's it. My partner, she's the incredible cook, so I leave it mostly to her.
I love that. That's nice.
But yeah, no. This country is the country that we're shooting in is known for its cuisine, and we've been very blessed with the meal every day. So. Yeah.
Well, congratulations and happy success and happy journeys to you. Thanks for stopping by today. And I guess I'll be seeing you on the big screen very soon. Nice to see you. Be well. Bye-bye.
Gotcha. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Up next, an autistic woman's inspiring journey. Joining us now are Michael and Mariel, and we're going to be talking about this book, which is Mariel, an Autistic Woman's Inspiring Journey. I'm so honored and so excited to have them with us right now. Hello, and thank you, Mariel, for calling me on the phone to tell me.
You're welcome.
To tell me that you like the show. I was so excited when I found out that this book is about you.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so tell us about this book.
Well, it's about myself going on a progress of me becoming a singer.
Okay, so now you sing.
Yes.
Okay, and not only do you sing, but I heard that you've got perfect pitch. Is that true?
I do.
That's amazing. I sing. I do not have perfect pitch, Mariel. Not at all. So how did you discover that you had this beautiful singing voice?
It's a vision from God. It's God's gift.
Okay, so you were able to just sing.
Yes.
Now, what's extraordinary, and I'm going to have Michael, your dad, tell us a little bit more about the journey. Michael, how did you feel when you could hear Mariel sing?
Well, we knew that she could sing from very early on. She was in the choir at church with my wife. But, one day she just said to me, Dad, do you think I should become a famous singer or a famous actor?
Okay. And singing it was.
And singing, that's where we went in that direction.
What's one of your favorite songs, Mariel, that you feel that you sing really well? What do you like to sing?
I like Rolling in the Deep by Adele, but I'm also a huge Beatles fan.
You are?
Since 12 years old.
I got to go to Abbey Road Studios last year, and I got to be near John Lennon's piano. I understand why you might like the Beatles so much, because their stories of their songs actually have so much meaning behind them. Is that what you look for when you're listening or singing music, is you want to have something that has feeling behind it?
Yes.
Yes. So were you surprised when your dad decided that he was going to write this book about you and with you?
Well, I didn't know the book was actually happening until last year.
Really?
Yeah.
So Michael, when did you start writing this book about your beautiful person here?
Well, I actually started writing 4 years ago.
Okay.
And actually, it was going to be a very dry book about autism and parenting a single, as a single parent, what happens to these kids when we're gone? Because we all worry about that. They age out of high school at 21, that's when they graduate. And then it's up to the parents to really see that they, do something else in their life, whatever they want to become. And, Mariel had this gift of becoming she wanted to be a singer, but it took a lot of hard work to get her to the level of where she would be performing and getting paid for it.
And congratulations. How did that feel, Mariel, when you performed and you actually earned money for your singing, for entertaining? How did that feel for you?
I was on cloud 10.
Yeah.
Over the mountain.
Yeah, way over 9.
Yeah.
Go all the way to
Yeah.
10. Why
Yeah.
cloud 9? You could go to cloud 10. I'm going to use that if you don't mind. I think that's great.
Yeah.
So here it was, and what was that performance like? Where was that show that you did?
Well, last February, I did the prohibition for a Rock Out for Autism event with the Skeeto brothers back here behind me.
Okay, and it felt good.
Yes.
Felt really good. And Michael, what was your thought from your family's perspective?
Well, we had a massive crowd that night.
Okay.
And all of her friends and family and a lot of other people were there. But she had sang the Star Spangled Banner at Citi Field 2 years in a row. And so she was used to singing in front of crowds, and it was something that, she was really born to do. And she loves it. That's all that matters. I wrote the book because there's a lot of parents out there. I want them for them to help their special needs child, to help them to maximize their full potential.
To find your it in life, as we call it, right?
Exactly.
What makes you special, right? So you have this uniqueness about you. I tried to sing I did sing the national anthem this year, actually, for one of the sports teams. It was Ladies Liberty. They're the softball team. Wow. I sang one of the words wrong. Mariel, I was never so embarrassed in my life. It was a song that I've sang since I was a child, singing in this patriotic singing group. I must have gotten so nervous that when I went up there, it was just one word that was off, but I knew that it was the wrong word. And I was like, I can't believe I just did that. I was mortified. So that 1 second, right? How do you calm your nerves, Mariel? Right before you're going on stage, what do you say to your mind that makes you feel calm so that you can present the way that you do?
Well, meditate for starters, and then drink water and tea.
Okay, meditation's important, right? Probably in anything that we do, And Mike, I know you're also in the real estate industry, right?
Yes.
So have you learned a lot from Mariel about how to just kind of become the best you?
Well, yeah, I just think she, we, been through this long journey after my wife passed away, and, the way fate just put the two of us together.
Yeah.
And it was like, I'm one of these workaholic kind of guys, and I was thrown together with this angel of a person. And we just found our way together. We found our journey together,
Oh, that's
and
lovely.
so I had to curtail my real estate business a little bit to get her started, and
Work with your career?
for her to become the person that she is was much more important than my business.
Now, your dad also does some acting, right? Have you gotten to see him perform?
Yes, just once, back at the city a long time ago.
Okay. Yeah. So are you still doing some acting, Mike, or?
No, I act in front of my clients now.
You do? Okay.
But I'll tell you, it was when she saw me act, she said, "Dad, I'd like to be on TV." So that's when I started the Long Island on Camera, and put her and her friends on camera so that they could see each other, and they just became so proud of the work that they did, and they used to take those videos home with them every week, and they show them to everybody, so they were very happy.
Mariel, I would like to do something here at the studio like that. I've always wanted to. I always wanted to have workshops and things like that where people could come in and, whether they're on the spectrum or they have any other special needs or something like that. Is that something like maybe you would be willing to come in and maybe teach a singing class one night for me? Would you be willing to do something like that?
I would be willing to if I get more preparation.
That would be great. I think it would be lovely if you and I could, create an evening, if you will, where, we can help other people learn how to become performers or just kind of give them some tips or something like that.
It's a great idea.
But if you would do that with me, I would be honored to work with you. So, and Mike, you also wrote another book, right?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Okay. So if somebody wants to Google what that book is, they can. So,
Well, the first book was The Real Seinfeld by the real Costanza. I was Jerry's lifelong friend, and he named the character after me, Costanza. So that's been my claim to fame. And I was on the show, season 3, episode 31, The Parking Space. So that was one of the roles that I did.
but now
was
your
on
claim to
Seinfeld.
fame is that you're Mariel's dad.
Yes.
And I have to tell you how great it was when I took that phone call from you that day, and we had such a good conversation. And you're like, oh, my dad will work out the details with you, right? And here we are. And that's really all it takes is just being a yes for ourselves in life, no matter what we're trying to do. Mariel, what's your next goal this year in 2025?
In 2 weeks from this Friday, I'll be auditioning for America's Got Talent Season 20 for a virtual audition.
Wonderful. And what are you preparing? What song?
Rise Up by Andra Day.
Awesome. You excited? You ready?
I am.
I think you're just going to do fabulous. Thank you for being here. And if somebody wants to go and follow you, they could go to your social media and they could follow you, or they could just get this book. It's a good start,
Yes,
right?
the website is marielbook.com.
Okay.
Or they can get it from Amazon. And 20% of all of the profits goes to Autism Speaks. So,
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to sing? I don't mean to put you on the spot, but do you want to sing a little something? You do?
A little bit.
Okay,
Yeah.
that would be great. Okay.
I'll be
gonna
singing Roll in the Deep by Adele.
I would love that.
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching the fever pitches, bring me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out and I'll lay your ship there. See how I leave it, every piece of you. Don't underestimate the things that I won't do. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching the fever pitches, bring me out the dark. The scars of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we've almost had it all. The scars of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all. Rolling in a deep, you have my heart inside your hand, and you played it to the beat.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. And as somebody on the spectrum, you weren't always as vocal as you are now. And music brought your gift to life. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Happiness in your journey.
Yes.
For more information, you could check out Mariel on her book. And thanks for watching. It's a ghee kind of day. Joining us now are Nancy and Bev, and we're going to be talking about ghee. It's spelled G-H-E-E. And if you don't know what it is, we're going to learn. Hello and hello.
Hi,
So
Donna.
it rhymes with glee.
Yes.
Right? And I know that you are abundantly happy about this product. What is simplyghee.com?
Simply Ghee is simply ghee. Ghee is butter.
Okay.
It's actually butter fat. So what we do is we take grass-fed butter from sweet cream, it's churned, and then through a gentle heating process, we actually coax out the lactose and the casein. And while that's happening, the moisture evaporates.
Okay.
So
you're just left with the taste.
what remains is the actual butter fat.
Okay.
That is also known as ghee. It's been around for thousands and thousands of years.
Now,
Yeah.
what can you do with it? Do you only eat it, or do you bathe in it? Like, do you rub it on your skin? I'm like,
A lot of
how joyful are we about this product,
We can be
ladies?
overly joyful.
right? I like it. I start my morning routine actually with ghee. I put it in my coffee.
Okay.
It's very good in the coffee. I cook my eggs in it. You can finish a steak with it. You can put it on your pasta. You can really use it any way you use butter or oil. And we encourage people to replace. We're going to be talking about seed oils at some point, I'm sure, but we encourage people to use it in place of the cooking oil that they're using, especially if they're using like a seed oil.
Okay.
So that's kind of our mission.
Okay, so like a sesame seed oil or something like that, switch over to ghee?
Canola.
Why? Tell me about
Canola.
those seeds.
They're actually, it's not the seeds
Okay.
that are bad or harmful. They're actually most of them are tasty, but it's the process on how they extract the oil from the seed that's bad.
Understood.
Like one of
Okay.
the things, a couple things that they do just real briefly is they will actually soak the seeds in a chemical solvent to extract the oil. And then they heat it at very high temperatures, which creates it does terrible things to the fatty acids. Then they have to bleach it. And because it has such a strong odor, they have to deodorize it. Then they put it in a plastic jar and
Okay, I'm
sell it
sold.
to the consumer.
Okay.
So yes, it's called the Hateful Eight, actually. There are 8 of them. So it's like safflower, sunflower, corn, canola, grapeseed, rice bran, cottonseed. I think I said 8.
Okay.
And if you read labels, you're going to see them everywhere. I think you're going to hear a lot more about them in the next few years because a lot of the health initiatives, I think, are going to be changing. So you'll probably hear a lot more about seed oils. So
I love the color of it. It's pretty.
That is our A2 ghee.
Okay.
And that is sourced from a delightful little farm in Lancaster County. And we visit the farm, and I don't know about you, but this is one of the first farms I've walked on where it smells like sweet meadows.
Lovely.
Yeah,
so
it's
nice,
beautiful.
yeah.
And the girls are
Lancaster,
out.
Pennsylvania is really known for their sustainability and their, naturalness, I guess. Is that what you would call
People
it?
call it the magical oasis for food.
It
in
is.
a way. Yeah.
Okay. So what made you decide to get into this? Who brought the idea to the other person? Or did you
kind of
find it
mutual.
discovered together?
It was
I
mutual.
think it was mutual, yeah.
You want to talk?
Yeah, I think it was mutual. Bev and I worked together like 20 years ago. We were in sales and marketing, and then we actually went out on our own and started a marketing company before the internet.
Okay.
So then from there we decided that we both had a shared interest in health and nutrition, like eating clean, going back to how our ancestors ate food, because people didn't get the sickness and the diseases that they get today because they ate like that. So that was really important to us. So we decided it was just the timing was right. Butter was back, and healthy fats were actually people were more educated, I think, about like not all fats are bad. There's actually fats that are good that you need. So we decided we wanted to have a tangible product to sell, and it seemed like a good one. Nobody knew about ghee at that time. So
I've never heard of it.
Yeah,
I'm almost embarrassed. Like I try to be like kind of worldly and know a little bit about everything.
Well,
like, the Trivia Pursuit Queen, or I feel like, like that I know a little bit because of what I do for a living. I get to meet like thousands of people. But this was my first time I was ever exposed to it.
Well, you probably have consumed it and haven't known.
And just didn't know.
Don't know it. Like if you've eaten Middle Eastern food or Indian cuisine, ghee is
they're
their
using
go-to
ghee.
fat.
Okay.
Yeah. And partly because in India there's no refrigeration, and the really nice thing about ghee is you can keep it stored in your pantry. You don't have to refrigerate it. It's very shelf stable because literally what makes butter burn or go rancid, which are your lactose, casein, and the moisture, has been removed.
So if you're
It's like a
lactose
coconut.
intolerant, this is a good option for you as well.
It's like a coconut oil, or like where you store your olive oil. You store it
Right.
in the pantry. You don't put it in the fridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely. And I see that you brought snacks, and they smell really good. So do I see pecans? Because I love pecans.
Yes.
And are those oatmeal
Popcorn,
cookies?
and those are
What are those?
actually old-fashioned oatmeal ginger cookies.
oatmeal ginger, yes.
Lovely.
All made with ghee.
They have a cup of ghee in that.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, and the popcorn was popped in ghee and then topped in ghee and then seasoned with some interesting spices. I had black garlic on there.
Okay. Is this edible? Can I try a
maybe.
piece? I didn't know if it was
Yes.
just like a prop,
No.
Because sometimes when somebody does food on the show, like it's like mashed potatoes, and they're like sprayed
dear.
with like some sort of like
Yeah. These are snacks for your staff.
It's really good.
And then the pecans are, they were kind of sauteed in ghee, and they are seasoned with some maple sugar and some cinnamon and some, I think Redmond salt is what I used. Yeah.
Now, when you started, did you start it like just a little farmer's market?
No.
Early beginnings? No? What happened?
We were really kind of did
What?
it backwards.
You did it backwards? We went big? And
Well,
then
we started
not
with
really.
local
Okay.
stores. We did
Okay.
one tiny little event. And I said to Nancy the other day, if I had $1 for everybody who asked me what's ghee at that event, I would have, definitely paid for the booth.
Right.
But yeah, we started locally with stores. And then I guess we made some flavors. We've had many changes, but
Well,
at one
as any business should, right? If you
yeah.
just start a business and you're stagnant, and you
Right.
don't grow, then what's the point? The joy is in evolving
Right.
a business along with what your consumers want, what you want, what you discover, what you learn. That's the best thing I think about being a business owner.
Right. So we ended up going into 2 major grocery chains. I think one had 89 stores, the other had 90-something.
Okay.
So we were like,
Right, you're
really
making ghee,
cranking it out.
churning
And
it.
we were making it stovetop.
Okay.
We had a wonderful crew that helped us, and we would do 400, 500 pounds at a time on top of the stove.
Wow, amazing.
So messy and hot and greasy and
worth it.
exhausting. And it was a work of love, to be honest.
Good. And things are better now for you.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
we decided to go with a manufacturing partner after that because, but I also think it was really good to do it ourselves, like be in a commercial kitchen, be in the trenches with it. So you learn so much. You learn from your mistakes and you just keep, going on. But we were actually limited because we were getting a lot of inquiries for larger quantities of ghee. So that's why we decided to get a manufacturer partner to help us with
Congratulations
it.
to you
So
both.
that's where we are now. Yeah.
Lovely. I'm very happy for both of you.
thank
That entrepreneurial spirit, the fact that you as we should, as we even grow and change, myself, I'm having a big birthday this year and I feel like I'm evolving. I'm like, this is a big year for me. I love when my birthday ends in a 0 or 5 and the year ends in a 0 or 5. I just feel like it's magic, right?
Yeah.
But thank you for this because this will be the year that I learned about ghee. And I'm looking forward to cooking with it and letting you know what I think. So thank you very, very
welcome.
much.
Thank you, Donna.
I hope that you found the glee in the ghee. And if you've used ghee before and you've got a favorite recipe, would you email it to me? Because I would be interested in knowing what that is. Thanks for watching. Home sweet home. You know I love real estate. Joining us now is Nicholas, and we are going to be talking about the home market. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good, Donna. How are you?
Good. What's happening right now in homes?
So, today people are constantly comparing things pre and post pandemic.
Still?
Still.
Oh, okay.
So, I'd say that the market during the height of the pandemic was unpredictable at best, but things have been trending a little differently since then. The market softened up a little bit, but it's still a seller's market. Sellers still have the upper hand, and as a result, it's very competitive. So.
Now, you got into the real estate market in a very funny way because you used to be a bartender, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then what made you decide on this journey of homes?
So after my first son, and I have 2 boys, they're both 14 months apart, so Irish twins, I guess they call it, right? My wife stopped working, and that was our plan. We didn't want her to work, but
Sure.
they both have a genetic disease called SMA, and that's not the point of this, but...
No, but I'm not familiar with that. Can you share with our audience, what is
Sure.
that? What is SMA?
SMA is spinal muscular atrophy.
Okay.
So the gene that promotes muscle growth they don't have.
Okay.
So they're in power chairs and they just need a lot of care. There's no cognitive issues. They're very bright, a lot of personality.
Right.
But my wife was going to go back to work when they were in school.
Okay.
So she never went back to work.
All right.
So as a result, bartending just wasn't enough to make ends
Make your
meet.
whole family work, right.
So I was also in sales, but between the multiple jobs, it just wasn't enough. So,
You found homes.
Right. So when I decided to get my real estate license, literally it was like 2 days after I got my license, I quit my bartending job and I had my first transaction the first month I had my license, and I kind of never looked back.
It's fabulous. One of the things that I like about your company, it's Hartford Homes and Estates, correct? So when you decided to do this and you like branched on your own, you're also someone that actually gives back to the community. Tell us about that. What is that program?
So Homes for Heroes, I'm an affiliate of, and it is a national program. And what they do is it's not geared just for veterans. You know, people hear Homes for Heroes, they think veterans, but it's really about professional heroes as well. So like doctors, nurses, cops, firemen, teachers. And the way it works is if they use our company to help whether buy or sell a home, they share in the commission. So on Long Island, you know, homes are expensive because it's a national program, so prices vary depending on where you live. But because of the prices here, you know, heroes receive anywhere from a $3,000 to a $5,000 check just by using us. And that's just kind of our way of giving back, you know.
That's very interesting.
Right now we're partnered with Northwell.
Okay.
So anybody who is working at Northwell or a family member of somebody that works at Northwell, you know, they could be part of the program. And
Hartford can help them. You can help them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I didn't realize that. That's so nice that you have a company that like gives back. Most of the people that we have on my show, they're on my show because of the fact that they're really good people. So that was one of the reasons, Nicholas, that we invited you. We're like, well, we heard that you're like a really good person. What is the most interesting home you've ever had to list or that someone bought while working with you?
Most interesting. So there was this one house in Ronkonkoma, and it was a pretty big house, but the thing was falling apart.
Okay.
And this was right at the height of the pandemic. So we had, when we would do an open house, we had a line literally down the block. And I couldn't believe the amount of money people were bidding on this house.
Okay.
We actually had to time people 7 minutes because the open house is like 2 hours. So they were sitting there with a, right, because you only let one family in at a time. I thought we would get maybe a handful of offers, but we got like over 20 offers on the house, all over ask. I mean, there were a couple that weren't wise to the market yet, where they were offering like list price or $50,000 under list price. But it was just so insane on how things got so elevated so quickly. You know, right when the pandemic hit, it was like nobody knew what to expect. So all my deals fell apart. Everybody backed out of transactions, and then I would say that didn't last long, maybe 2-3 weeks, and then it was like somebody opened the faucet, and it was just crazy since then.
Deal.
Yeah.
And is that person that bought that house, are they still in that house, or did they flip it?
They wound up flipping it.
Okay, because that's also really prevalent here, I think, on Long Island, because you're only on an island, it's different places. The show airs in 25 countries or in multiple states, but in particular, let's just talk about this for the moment. It's 30 miles wide and 100 miles long.
Right.
So there's not a lot of buildable land. So a lot of times what people will do is they'll either take an older home and flip it, or sometimes they just like demolish it, right?
Yeah.
They demolish it and they just build another little house on top.
That's true. What's tough about this market is, so I flip homes too.
Okay.
But the problem is, a house that I would buy to flip, I have to get a good deal on it. You can't get a good deal today. Things are softening up a little bit, but there's got to be an extra $30,000, $40,000 in profit for any investor to decide to take it over. But you have owner occupants that want to buy a house that needs a ton of work, and they're paying top dollar. So it's very difficult for the flippers today.
Right, because they need a home and the inventory is low right now.
Right, exactly.
Other trends across the country too that I've noticed too is that sometimes people are still going to like the newspaper where it says buy this house for like $20,000, right? And there's a lot of scams. So people need to be careful if they're wanting to get into the real estate market that they're not getting scammed.
That's very true. And the sole purpose of that ad is just to get the phone to ring.
Okay.
And that story is old as time. But
but the younger generation that's coming up, they're like sometimes they're not aware. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Does that make sense to you? So
Definitely.
somehow we got to communicate to the 20-somethings and the 30-somethings that, okay, been there, done that, and yes, this looks good, but if it's too good to be true, sometimes it usually is.
It almost always is, right? So, the best thing to do is to really partner with a realtor that you trust.
Okay.
Today's day and age, there's so many things available to us online that we think we could do everything on our own to save a buck. But in the end, you really don't save any money. And especially if you're working with a buyer's agent, the buyer's not paying them anything. So the money comes out of the transaction of the house. So I don't know if you're familiar with the settlement that NAR went through recently.
Yes,
So
we've done that, some segments on the show, but go ahead and explain that to the audience
so
again.
that's a big topic of discussion
Right.
today, and it kind of put my industry in a frenzy.
Okay.
And agents didn't know how to handle it. There's been so many agents that just left the business because they just didn't know what to expect.
understand it?
Right. And what a lot of agents are doing is they're going out there and they're telling people that you could pay me as your listing agent, and the buyer's going to take care of the commission for the buyer's agent. That's not true.
Okay.
So your perception of who's paying who is irrelevant. The money's coming out of the proceeds of the house.
Right.
So
Don't do side deals with people.
Right.
Just do it the traditional, clean way.
Right. So it's business as usual as far as I'm concerned. Money's coming out of the proceeds of the house, because if the buyer's going to pay for it, and he's going to pay, let's say, 2%, he's going to deduct 2% from the purchase price. So it's still coming from the same pot.
Thank you for explaining that.
Yeah, no
because I
problem.
think you're right. Right? If you just do things above the board with authenticity,
Definitely.
and you're a good business person, everybody wins.
Right. There's gimmicks get you so far, but it's again, it goes back to trusting the realtor that you're working with, because they're going to guide you, and you don't want somebody that's going to tell you what you want to hear. Especially when we're talking about young couples, their experiences from their parents.
Right.
The parents bought a house 40 years ago. Things are very different in today's market than they were 40 years ago. So, and speak to more than one agent. Speak to a couple of agents, because it's got to be somebody you connect with. They could be the best in their business, but if you don't connect with them and you're not comfortable with them, it's just not going to work.
You have to feel like they have your best interest at heart.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Nicholas. I wish you all the best to you, your family, and to
thank you.
all the homeowners out there that you're working with. Thank you very much, and home buyers. There you go. We just had this wonderful conversation, and whatever you're going through in your life, whatever challenge, just find a professional that knows a little bit more than you. It's worth the call. Thanks for watching. Earth Day is in April, but shouldn't it be every day? Stay tuned. Celebrating the earth in all of its glory is Walter. Welcome to the show, Walter. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you for having me, Donna.
So congratulations on the launch of your company that you've been working behind the scenes on for 4 years. Tell us about that journey for Urban Overstock.
It's been a long time coming, but
Okay.
It's been a journey of growth, a journey that has allowed me to see things in a different way. When we first started the app, it was supposed to be for something different.
Okay.
But as I grew, as I became more aware, I started to realize that there was a gap between what's accessible, what's good for the environment, and what's just there,
Okay.
right? So
Tell us about that. Tell us about the difference. So let's walk through that. What were you noticing?
I was noticing that in order to get something that was eco-friendly, you had to really look for it.
Okay.
Right? It wasn't as easy as going down the street and finding something that's not. So I figured that something has to be done about this. We all live on the planet Earth, so we should all take care of it, whether we want to or not, whether we'd like to or not. So I decided there needs to be something that can allow people to do that both seamlessly, easily, and from the click of a phone.
How do we reduce the carbon footprint? Because some of your proceeds you're going to donate right to that cause.
Yes, reducing carbon footprint is extremely important. And how we reduce that is by reducing fast fashion, hyper-consumerism. When you choose a sustainably made product, it's something that's not only better quality, but can be used for a longer duration. When you use fast fashion, you use it for 1, 2, maybe 3 years at the very most. After a couple washes, it's already destroyed. You throw it away, you buy another one, and the cycle continues, right? You can save money, get something more sustainable, looks just as good, but lasts even longer, and it's better for the planet.
And that's where Urban Overstock comes in.
Yes.
Right. So what is on the website? Walk us through the experience, the consumer's experience.
So the consumer's experience, it's really based on what you like. We have over 200 products and counting. We have wellness, we have fitness, we even have beauty, skincare. Everything on there is made and tailored for as many audiences as possible, because as we all live on the planet Earth, we're all so vastly different. So why put everyone in a box? You know, we have everything for everyone. If you scroll for 30 seconds, I guarantee you'll find something that you like.
For 30 seconds, really?
30 seconds.
I'm going to take that challenge. You know, you watch on social media sometimes and they have all these like different challenges and stuff. It's like,
Right.
okay, we're going to take the Urban Overstock challenge, and you go there for 30 seconds and you're going to find something. At least that's the hope and that's the intention.
I might trademark that.
Yeah, you're welcome to wait. $150. I am a marketing genius.
Oh, we can do that. We can do that.
So what we're going to talk about next is your favorite products. What is it that you personally are enjoying?
What I'm personally enjoying the most would probably either be the phone cases or protein powder. I enjoy fitness, so why not have a non-GMO, vegan protein powder? Easily accessible, I can grab it whenever I want, and I know it's not clogging up my kidneys.
Lovely. Now, I have my phone in here, and it currently has on this plastic case, right? And
Yes.
my phone is broken in, it's a mess. I think I want something that's not clear, right? That would be a
Yes.
little more cool. So
Yes.
I could find that there.
Yes, you can.
Excellent. When you started this company, who were some of your supporters? Who came on board with you to say, you know what, I love this idea and we're going to rock this out together?
When I started this idea, I want to say my fiance, she's vegetarian, so being with her over the years, she kind of opened my, she was really the main one that opened my eyes to lowering my consumerism, to consuming more healthy products for my body, consuming more healthy products for the earth, all in general, just all over health. And I think it was a shift that even though I worked out, working out and being well are two different things. You can be, the biggest person in the room, but that doesn't mean you're the healthiest,
As a dog, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So that shift really opened my eyes to something that I didn't realize wasn't there until I realized it wasn't there.
Okay. And are there tips or tricks or ideas that somebody could have a more sustainable life on your website also? Is it educational as well as just a e-commerce site?
So as of now, it is an e-commerce site, but if you follow our Instagram, we do have tips and tricks for how you can be more sustainably friendly.
Wonderful. What's one tip that you've learned recently that you're applying into your own life?
One tip I learned recently: what you wear has direct effect on how you feel. Yeah. Using better products, consuming better products. I mean, sometimes it's easier to go the cheap route, but when you go the cheap route, you're also telling yourself that that's what you deserve. When you put yourself in maybe something that's a little bit more costly or better for your body, you reap the rewards in the long run. So it's a long-term investment, but you are your biggest business investment. So why not take care of your body?
In the past, we had a company on called Comfy Knit, and they have breathable fabric.
Oh,
so I know
nice.
exactly what you're talking about because it helps people that have eczema, right?
Yes.
So those types of products could be found on
Yes,
your
they
site.
can. And
Lovely.
I'm glad that you said that.
Right.
When you're not using sustainably made products, they usually have a lot of chemicals and dyes in them. If you have sensitive skin, you could be triggering reactions, rashes, breakouts, you name it. When you use something that's sustainably made without those harmful chemicals, it's better for your body, so now you're not facing all these irritants that you might otherwise face with something that's not eco-friendly.
And when you're looking great, do you like to dance? What do you do on the weekends?
Oh,
how you living it up?
Dancing?
Yes.
Hey man, you can't start playing good music and not expect me to dance.
There you go. I feel the same way. Well, thank you for joining us. Wishing you continued success. I love the fact that you launched your company and you're, in part launching it here. So thank you, Walter. Truly, I appreciate you bringing your brand and bringing all of your goodness and your research here so that we can, help the audience. So thank you so very much.
Of course. Thank you for having me, Donna.
You're welcome. Stay tuned for more. We've been living it up right here. And if you have a great business idea, it might take you a few years, but just take one step towards that today. Be well. Joining us now is Billie Jo Jones. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Hi, I am great. How are you?
Excellent. So you got just now to see a little bit of behind the scenes of what happens technically when things go awry, including my hair. I had a piece of hair probably just sticking straight up out of my head. At least you've got a cute hat on today. Where did you get your hat?
Listen, I'm actually a brand sponsor for American Hat Company. And I'm telling you right now, you don't want to see my hair without a hat on. So it's part of my brand, but it's a really good cover up for my hair. So
yeah, well, it looks great. I really like it. So you just told me that you're hanging out in Vegas right now. What are you doing out there?
I am. So I'm actually doing several radio interviews and pop-up shows here in Vegas during the NFR. And it's going amazing. I'm having a great time. I'm only here for a couple of days and I'm flying back to Texas and I fly to Nashville on Saturday. So just busy, trying to get it all done.
Yeah, absolutely lovely. You know, it's the holiday time now in several different cities, and at least you're getting to see all that. But Vegas, the lights and the Bellagio, the fountain, it must be so much fun out there right
Oh my
now.
gosh. It is, and I fit right in because it's cowboy Christmas is going on in the NFR, and actually get to go to the NFR tonight for the rodeo and be backstage with some of the winners from the rodeo, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good night.
Oh, that's really exciting. Tell us about your musical journey. Tell us about your music and your voice.
Yes. So I was actually raised by my grandparents since I was one. They are now 90 and 86 years old. And I grew up on what I call the oldies but goodies. So I listened to Ray Price, George Jones, Patsy Cline, Loretta Lynn, all the greats. And I've been trying to mix the traditional country music in with today's country and been doing a really good job with it. I had my second consecutive #1 in Texas. I'm also the top independent artist on the Music Row charts, and doing really good with it. I just released my first ever country album this year. I'm working with Kent Wells, which is Dolly Parton's producer. And I've had a great year. I just won Emerging Artist of the Year here in Texas, and then just found out I'm also up for 6 nominations for another Texas country music award show, which is called Texas Regional Radio Awards. That'll be next year in 2025. So I've had a really, really amazing year.
Congratulations. I don't know if you've auditioned for this or not, and I don't know about if you've even heard about it, but did you know that Dolly is bringing a show to Broadway? Did you audition
You are
yet?
the 4th person. No, but you're the 4th person to tell me that.
I don't know.
That is so funny.
Maybe the universe is speaking.
Funny.
I don't know. I have no pull. But if you get an audition,
I feel like I know someone that knows someone that might could make
you
that
might.
happen, I guess.
And I think you need to audition for that, especially since you
Oh
said
my
that you
gosh.
grew up listening to all of that great music. There's a way that the phrasing happens, I think, in the older country music. I love both. I love all country music. I grew up only having an AM radio in my car, my first car when I was 16. So I listened to, all of the greats. Like I listened to Alabama and Willie Nelson and, George Strait and, all those great songs, all those songs where you hear the meaning of a country song, right? Like about the walls, walls, animals, trucks, country roads, all those things, right? You kind of remind me of that greatness, that warmth. There's like a honey sound to your voice, and it just,
Thank you.
it's comforting in a way. So I'm happy for you that you're able to blend, like you said, the old and the new.
Thank you so much. Oh,
You're
I
welcome.
love that. Thank you.
You're welcome. And when you're performing, is there like a go-to song that you always feel like you got to start the set out with?
Oh man. Honestly, for the last few years, it's probably been Gunpowder and Lead. Miranda Lambert is probably one of my favorites. But I definitely don't let the night go on without playing Keith Whitley. The first song I ever learned how to play on the guitar, my dad taught me, and that's When You Say Nothing at All.
Ah, so nice, right? So nice.
Yes.
I'm happy for you. And are you meeting new friends out there when you travel? Are you getting the
Oh
chance
my
to meet
gosh.
new people?
Yes. I actually was on the Coyote here in Vegas radio show yesterday, and I stopped back by today to say hello. And Tucker Wetmore was there, and so I got to meet him. And he's one of my favorite, just great artists right now that's coming out. So yeah, day was made with him, and then getting to go to the NFR tonight. I think I've gone every year for the last 6 years. So it's been a whirlwind, but it has been absolutely awesome to be here.
Well, I am happy for you. If I had my hat on, I would be tipping my hat to you. But happiness, and also, what about your shoe wear? You don't have to show me, but you got cute boots to wear tonight.
Oh my goodness! Can I just grab them really fast?
Yes,
for you?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
seconds.
I want to see. That's okay, Billie Jo. I want to see. You got to see behind the scenes at my show.
This is a perfect opportunity right here. I don't know if you can see the bedazzles. And they're tall, and so they're one of my sponsors. Shout out to Ruby Sparkles here in Texas. But yeah, I absolutely love these boots. She does incredible.
Those are incredible. Oh, I need to go two-stepping with you sometime. I need some boots.
Yes.
Thank you, Billie Jo, for being here. We wish you continued success on your journey. Yes, have a great time there and be well.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. Take care. Bye-bye. Everyone, that was Billie Jo Jones, and go check out all of her socials. Thanks for watching. Joining me now are two very dear friends, and they're no strangers to the set, Harlan and Evan. Welcome to the show, guys. How are you?
Very good.
Doing great. Doing great.
So we have been working together collectively. Harlan, you and I can't remember a day that I've been in the business that I didn't know you. Evan, what is our anniversary? Is this our third?
February will be 3 years since I made my call to you.
Awesome. 3 years since you made the call to me. So you called saying that you always wanted to be a lifestyle correspondent, fashion correspondent.
Yes.
And here you are.
Yes.
Highlights of your career this year?
I would say, well, the Met Gala was the biggest thing that I could have ever imagined. That was really amazing. I also had appearances, obviously, on the Donna Drake show and the Tamron Hall show, which was really, really cool. And doing the Wicked premiere was really great also. And being in People magazine as a result of that. So I don't think we gave the recap afterwards, but People magazine wrote a little something. And included Evan Hirsch. So
Yay!
That was really cool too. But it's all documented here on the Donna Drake show. It's like a diary of my life.
I love it, and it makes me so happy. I remember when you actually got your logo and everything, and it's like I've watched your whole brand. Harlan, same thing. We've known each other for so long. You've watched me thrive, and you keep going, and you're doing the same. We get to work and collaborate together. You also had some major wins this year. What did you accomplish this year?
This was a great year. Above and beyond, obviously, the Donna Drake show just expanding into more markets and more homes each week. But I mean, standing side by side with both Darryl Strawberry and Dwight Gooden this year, as their numbers were raised to the rafters at Citi Field, was amazing. Celebrating the 40th anniversary of Beat Street at Tribeca this year with Mass Appeal and Nas and Kool Mo D and Scorpio and Melly Mel being part of that was incredible. Standing on a red carpet between the BBC and the Wall Street Journal, interviewing Michael Douglas. When all I want to do is talk about his sneakers. It was great. It's been a great year. It's been a great year.
We had fun. Speaking of Tribeca too, like Matt Damon was at Tribeca this year. There were some really great people, so much fun, so many interesting things that have happened. I guess highlights for me with the show this year too, you're right, expanding into 9 new markets, coast to coast, truly coast to coast with Sacramento and Tampa and Dallas. And I don't want to forget any of our babies, Pittsburgh, through all of them, Boston. I love them all. They all mean so much to us because it just means more people that we're able to uplift, and they uplift us. I love the fan mail that we've been getting. I love our crew. We've gotten actually new babies being born in our crew this year.
That's the best.
That's the best. So I just wanted to tell you thank you. Thank you for being on this journey with me. Thank you for all your efforts, your blood, your sweat, your tears. It really, truly matters. Thank you for helping me be a little more cooler, okay? Let's face it. I know a lot more about fashion. I know a lot more about fashion from both of you, whether it's soul-free, right? Whether it's my shoes, or what the hot drip is, or whether I'm looking great for the Grammys this year. I thank you both. Thank you so, so much. And here we grow, right? 2025, we're going to be bringing our audience more stories, more goodness, right? What are you most looking forward to, Evan? Anything? Well, tonight you've got an event, right?
Yes.
Okay, where are you going tonight?
I've talked about the CFDA a couple of times because they're the pinnacle of fashion designers, but they're having a meeting with 2 of the top designers who won at the CFDA Awards, Diotima and Henry Zankov. So I go there manifesting that I'm in their position one day.
You will be, as you will.
And then I look forward to doing another couple New York Fashion Week and Bridal Fashion Week shows. The collections never stop, so.
Good. And Har?
You know what? We've got so many great stories to keep telling. I just met a young man whose mantra is hustle with God. So telling stories like this and continuing to tell these stories. I mean, just this week alone, Shopify is hosting an event with 2 of the brands we talk about all the time on this show, Eastside Golf and Siegelman Stables, just telling their stories. I look forward to continuing to tell these incredible stories that we've been blessed to be telling for the last How old is Justin Bieber?
17 years now. 17 years. And I'm also excited this year because we just launched the new Toys of Our Lives show. And so that was wonderful being in Chicago this year with Matt Nuccio and learning about toys and talking to the inventor of Bop It and talking to the inventor of Gator Golf and just so many wonderful stories, like sharing everybody's journey. And it's just a whole collaborative effort of goodness. So thanks, guys, for being here. Love you both very much. And to our audience, we thank you. Right? Because without you, we don't have a show. So we hope that you are enjoying the stories that we're bringing to you season after season, and we wish you a very happy holiday season.
Okay, are you ready to record?
What are we doing?
The Bach thing.
Which Bach?
What do you mean, which Bach? You think we got it?
I think we got it.
I think we did.
Can we go hear somebody else play?
This is Donna Drake. Happy journeys!
Take my hand, come with me, and we'll find better ways to be something much more. Live it up, live it up, live it up now. Live it up now.
Thanks for watching Live It Up. You can visit us at liveituptvshow.com.